Hello everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Mark Mazzatenta and I'm here to help strengthen your guitar skills, and today's topic is how to create a chord melody solo. So notice I have the word solo in that title. So today's project involves you, by yourself, combining melody and harmony, and sometimes little bass lines, all on your own. No band needed. So just like a pianist can go into a restaurant or a hotel or any gig and play themselves, no band, we can do the same thing. So that's why the guitar is one of the best instruments. Sorry, other instruments. All right, so how do you do this project? The first step is find a melody that fits really nicely on string 1 or 2. Okay, now a lot of times, probably 90% of the time in fake books, where you have these lead sheets, the melody is too low. So on Fly Me to the Moon, I automatically just bumped the melody up an octave. So here's where it was written. Right, now those are too low. I can't put any harmony underneath there because I don't have the strings available. So you bump it up an octave. There we go. That's in the right range. It's a stepwise kind of melody. It's not too fast, right? No bebop tunes here. Okay, you're going to start with something that's pretty easy to combine. The chord symbol. So, once you get the melody, I'm going to put a chord on each downbeat. You don't have to put a chord on every single melody note unless you want to get really advanced. So here's the first melody note. It's a C. Our first chord symbol is A minor. So what I do is I just use stock bar chords to start trying to combine these things. So my stock bar chord for A minor is that. Here's my melody note. They're pretty close. I can start by playing my A minor bar chord and just use a finger, maybe even take one off, so I can have that melody. Now I've got the correct chord and the melody note on top. These work, I think, better if you play fingerstyle. So I have my choice of which 4 strings to play. I could play, or I could play. So there's my first chord. The next note is an F, and the chord symbol says D minor. So we're going to combine those. But you know what? That note is already in my bar chord, D minor. So I don't have to do anything except play that as my top pitch. A minor, D minor. Now my next downbeat is a B, and there's a G chord going on, a G7. Well, I can't play this and combine that high melody note. I can't even really use my stock bar chord because that's still a little bit far away. So here's where fretboard knowledge helps, and other chord shapes help, because I could play this shape and get my G7 that way. G7. The next chord symbol is a C major with this E on top as the melody. Perfect! Because my bar chord has that note in it. And so that's the best possible scenario, when that melody note fits right on top of these easy bar chords. Folk tunes work really well for this kind of project as well. So a song like Amazing Grace would be a good place to start. The melody in the key of A would sound like this. Okay, I think that'll be pretty easy to harmonize. So I'm going to combine the chords with that melody. So the first chord is A major. Well, that's perfect, because if I use just the stock A major, That note's already on the first string. Perfect. Now, that I'm just going to play on its own. The next downbeat is that. I need an A chord underneath that C sharp. So, there's an A major chord shape. Let's use that. The next downbeat is an A, and the D major chord is harmonizing that. So that's great because a D major bar chord is right there and it has that note in it. And you get back to the E with an A chord. Okay, so there's another example of a melody that works really great to play together with the chords. Now you can fancy that up. So once you get the hang of doing that, then maybe you can think of chords that have extra notes in them. Okay, instead of a major chord, I was using major sevenths and dominant sevenths. The other thing to consider is when maybe you don't want to use the chord symbol that's there. Maybe you want to find a little fancier substitute. So you might want to watch my video called How to Harmonize a Melody, because there are many chords that fit a certain melody note. And so you just have to experiment. All of these chords have an A on top. And so those are possibilities for harmonizing a melody note. So you can get pretty complex if you want to. I might end up, see, these are worked out, so it's kind of like a puzzle. Whatever chord you choose, it kind of dictates the next chord that you choose. But here's something that I worked out for Amazing Grace that has a descending bass line: F sharp, E sharp, E natural, D sharp, D, C sharp, C. So the melody's still there, I just had some little substitute harmonies in there to fancy it up a little bit. So, good luck with that project. I wish you success, and this way you can do gigs on your own. See you next time.